Hey friends, and welcome back. Today I wanted to share with you a super quick laundry shelf DIY. But we're just, okay. If we want to do the double legs, then maybe time that for 2 for doubles. But we'll look at it when we get in there. Making a table. They fell asleep.
You look like you're really asleep.
I think Cameron's really asleep.
I know Cameron is.
Cameron is asleep. I'm pretty sure Ayla's asleep.
She did her talk.
Yeah, they were all ready to get out, and then I did math for too long. Math makes me fall asleep too.
Yeah, she's her eyebrows just twitched.
So the first thing we did for this shelf was buy new laundry baskets, and I bought these for super cheap at Walmart. They're like $3 and some change, and I made sure to measure them out so I knew how big each shelf needed to be. And I bought some 2x3s and some 2x4s. 1, 2, 3, 4. I actually used 5 2x3s because of the space I was putting my shelf. So obviously your measurements are going to be a little bit different based on where you need to put your shelf and how many baskets you can put horizontally. For my space, I could only put 2 baskets per shelf. Baskets horizontally, I guess that makes sense. So these were the measurements for my specific space. And when you're doing these measurements, you want to take into account the extra pieces of wood for where that gap is. So those 24 inches includes the other pieces of wood on either side of it. And then I just made these boxes. We made sure to square them out. And when you are squaring things to make boxes or rectangles, you want to do opposite corners. So we squared this corner first and then went directly to the opposite corner to just screw that one together so the whole thing would be square. If your table is going to be longer or you feel like the boards that you bought are going to wobble and not hold the weight, you might want to put a full support beam. I just put this scrap wood here so you guys could see what I'm talking about, but ours is smaller, so I didn't really think we needed a support beam in between ours. And then I am just using these boards to make the top of our shelf. So I'm just putting our boxes on top and cutting them down to size to fit onto the top of our rectangles. And I am going to cut them down just with my jigsaw, but not on camera because I needed to pay attention to what I was doing. And then I'm just using a nail gun to nail these boards right into place on top of these frames. And I'm just shooting nails in each corner and then in the middle of the board and then 2 more in the middle of those, if that makes sense. So corner, corner, middle, corner, corner, and then in the middle. There you go. That makes sense, right? And that was enough nails to kind of hold everything into place. The whole mantra for this build was this is a table for laundry baskets, so it doesn't have to be perfect, but it has to be functional, and I'm pretty excited about it. And then I just sanded the raw edge of the piece of wood that I cut and made sure that it was flush with the board that it was attached to. Then I did some more math to figure out, so these are 3 inches and I need 12 inches of space to fit each basket. So originally I was going to make my table 3 feet, but I had to add 9 inches to account for those 3-inch shelves, so each one could be spaced 12 inches apart, which was fine by me. You could take this into account like when you're purchasing your wood and get like thinner pieces, but I knew I needed thick enough pieces to hold the whole table to frame it out and not make it wobbly. So here I am just marking those 3 inches and then 12 inches so I have enough space to slide those laundry baskets in. And then we are adding our legs to this will be the top layer of our table. So we're starting with the top. After we had all 4 legs on the top of the table, we put the bottom shelf in next. So we made sure to square to level it off, and then go ahead and just put some 3-inch screws to attach that bottom shelf to the legs. And then we slid our middle shelf right in and lined it up with those marks that we made and screwed those in right into place too. So again, for the square shelves, I used 2x3s, and for the legs, we ended up using 2x4s. So if you are concerned about the width of your shelf, you also want to make sure that you're accounting for the width of the legs along plus the shelf length, because it's going to add inches to both sides of your shelf. While it's important to keep in mind your space, it's also really important to keep in mind the measurements of those laundry baskets, because if those baskets don't fit, then your table is pretty much pointless. And then celebrate, because you made a table, you guys! Look at this! It's exactly what I needed for this space. There's 6 baskets, so we can have one for all of our family members. Thanks so much for watching, guys. As always, you can find more from us here. Make sure you subscribe so you can follow all of our adventures. Give it a big thumbs up, tap that bell, and let me know down in the comments if you have any laundry tips or laundry hacks, because I need them. Thanks, guys. Bye.